Sandeep Modi. This is Sandeep Modi from Falcon X. Here, as discussed, we are going to take an Excel lecture where we will try to solve all the problems which we face on a regular basis in our day-to-day life while dealing with Excel. Let me give you a brief background about myself. I am CA qualified in November 2012. After that, 6 years of experience in industry, and then 2 years of experience in working with Excel plus automations. So whatever problems I face in a regular basis, I'm trying to cover all that problems in this lecture. If you have any comments or any doubts, please write below in our comment section. We will try to help you out at the end of this session. So the topics of the today are VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP with if error, date handling, pivot table, conditional formatting, COUNTIF, COUNTA, if statement, sum if s, and table, Excel table. And for following along with me, you can download this sheet from my website. This is my website falconx.in. We will provide you the link in the description box. It's falconx.in. From there, you can download this website Excel sheet by clicking on this icon. Excel sheet will be downloaded. We are not asking for any information. So let's move ahead. If you have any doubts, please write on the comment section. We are happy to help you out. So let's start with lookups. As we know, the basic formulas everyone know. So let's start with basic, and then we'll explain you the problem and then the solution of it. So first basic VLOOKUP is we have to find the value of Nitu in table 1. So first lookup value would be Nitu, then table array 2 because we need the second column, and 0 for 2 match. And here we got the value of Nitu because it's 400, and in table 1 value of Nitu is 400. That's why we are getting 400. But if we copy paste the formula like this, we cannot copy paste the formula like this across all areas, because when we copy paste the data like this, our table array is also moving down. So how can we fix it? Means just by putting one formula at the place, and we want to drag and drop that formula. How can we fix it? We can first part is that you can put dollar sign and freeze the columns. Now if you will copy paste the formula, everything you will get it. As you can see, you are getting the value of Sunny, but dollar sign is not a preferable option of putting. So what can we do? There is one more easy method of doing it, is that put your data in Excel table. It's in under insert table. Once you put your data in Excel table, now let me rewrite the formula of VLOOKUP. Lookup value, table array, second to 0. Now let me copy paste it. So this is the importance of table array. Now you don't have to put dollar sign in everything because it will be fixed. Now assume that I am writing here Puja, and now copy pasting the formula. You don't have to change the reference again and again. That's the benefit of putting Excel table. Now let's find the value of Nia in table 1. data size is small, that's why you can identify that Neha value is not there. But what will happen if we do a VLOOKUP of the value which is not there in the table? 0 0, as you already guessed it right, we will get an NA. But how, if there is the formula giving you error, then how can we solve it? If you want the answer, if it's not there in the table, we should get not in table. Then how we will get it? We can use if error formula. We look up if the value is, just a second. We look if error takes two conditions. First is value if the formula is right. Second is if the formula is wrong, what value it should give. So if error value, we look up second table 0, not in table, we want the value, enter. Here as you can see, we got the value not in table. And if we want here number or 0, we can simply put 0, or as per your requirement we can put. Now we have to find the value of Ritu. We don't know Ritu value is in second table or first table. So how can we identify find the value? By doing a VLOOKUP in two tables together. If error, first VLOOKUP, bracket open, lookup value is this, first table array, this is your first table array, 2 stands for because we need second column, bracket close. Now in value, if it's an error, so now here will again put a lookup value which we will find in second table. Here is the second table. Now this was an error value. As you can see, we have done a VLOOKUP in two tables together. Because Ritu is in second table, we are getting 150 answer. If it would be Sandeep here, then also we are getting 350. And let me put it Ritu again, we are getting 150. Now let's move ahead with, now we have to find the value of Salman in table 2. As you can see, Salman is not there, Salman Khan is there. So how can we find the value? If we like normally do put a VLOOKUP like this, we will get an NA answer. But how can we solve it? So we will use asterisk sign with wildcard. This is first value is this, and then we will concatenate. N stands for concatenation, and then we will use a wildcard. Wildcard will help you to uh, match whatever value is there after Salman. As you can see, table array index, and we got the answer 700. Here one more thing to note is that VLOOKUP will only take the first value in the condition. Here it will only take 700, not 600. As you can see, it will only take the first value, lookups always take the first value, not the second value. Now I request people to stop the video for 2 minutes who are not seeing the live session and find the value of Nitin, and who the people who are seeing the live session, please write in the comment section that what formula we should use for Nitin. I would request people to follow along with me and write uh, value of Nitin, what Nitin value should be there. And let's move ahead. As you can Now let's find the value of Nitin. As you can see, Nitin values coming in middle and Neil is in front and Mukesh. So how can we use two wildcard together? Equal look up, bracket open, inverted bracket open, asterisk sign. We are putting asterisk sign because it will consider a wildcard, means whatever value is there before our suggestion will be considered as value. Now here is the formula. Now table array, table array 2, because we are taking the second column, and we got 900. This is the power of asterisk sign wildcard. Now here one more thing to note, as already said, here it will take the first value. Even if there is no value before Nitin, then also it will consider. This formula can be very helpful for doing bank reconciliations, statement, and stock audit reconciliations, and product reconciliations. These formulas can be very helpful for doing bank reconciliation and cash reconciliations. This was about VLOOKUP. Now let's move ahead and for HLOOKUP. Difference between HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP is that in VLOOKUP we are lookup value is always in the vertical format, and in HLOOKUP values are always in horizontal column. And one more thing to note, that it's not case sensitive. As you can see, Sandeep is everything is in small. Here Sandeep isn't properly written. As you can see, then also we will get a value. H lookup, here one value, here table array 2, 0, and we got the value 350. This was for HLOOKUP and this was for VLOOKUP. If you have any doubts, please write on the comment section. We will be happy to solve you, or follow me along my page, LinkedIn page, CA Sandeep Modi or Neetu Jain. We will be happy to answer all your queries relating to Excel. And if you want this sheet, you can go to my website falconx.in. Please raise your voice, okay? You can visit my website falconx.in. From here you can download your Excel sheet. Now let's move ahead. Here we are this is a date problem which we face on a daily basis. Date, as in you can see dates are in the number format. How can we solve it? First simple method is converting the date. Select the entire column and go under the home tab, date, and then short date. As per your requirement, you can choose the direction of short date, long date. As per your requirements, you can change it. This was one part. uh, Second is that whenever date is in the correct format, it's always on the right hand side, and whenever date is in the wrong format, it's always on the left hand side. So as you can see, this is not the correct format of date. So how can we solve it? Select the data, go under the home tab, data, text to column, next, next, DDMMYY, select date and finish. Uh, as you can see, data been corrected. This was the second part. Now this is the mix table where all the problems of relating to date are there. Now how can we solve it? Uh, this is where everything is, numbers are also there, date format is also not correct. So first method is that if you want to check whether the data is in the right format or not everywhere, you can put a filter and see like this. If the dates are in the correct format, it will group itself year wise, otherwise it will not group itself. As you can see, these are not the correct format of grouping the dates. So how can we solve it? First method is that select the column, convert the date into short date or long date as per your requirement. First is that. Second is data, text to column, next, next, DDMMYY, next. As you can see, filter, all the dates are corrected. Now if you see the filter, in filter everything, all the dates are grouped together year wise. So this is the importance. Now let's move ahead. If anyone have any doubts, and my voice is audible to everyone. If I'm not audible, please write in the comment section. Now for statutory audits or for requirements, if you want to group the data month wise, how can we do it? uh, One method, manually we can do it like this. If you want April data, like this we can do it, selecting the one particular one and writing everywhere names. But this, by doing this is too boring and chances of errors are too much. So how can we uh, minimize this work? So there is a formula called text, in text value, then in which format we want date, mmyy. As you can see, we got the formula, and now we have to just copy paste the formula. We got everything. If you want complete name of the month, you can write 4 times m. If you want date, you can write ddmmy, like this. All the permutation combinations I have written down here. You can download this sheet from my website. Let's move ahead with pivot table. If you have any doubts, please write on the description section. Hope I am audible. Uh, Now moving along ahead with pivot tables. This is the normal pivot table. insert existing data, pivot. Okay, this is the normal pivot table which we put, and if I update your value and then do a refresh, it will get automatically reflected. As you can see, switcher value was 8900, it got updated. But assume I add one more data here, Vijay1 200. Now if I refresh it, it will not capture. So what you can do, one part is that change the source code, like this, and it will capture. But every time data changes or new line is added, you have to change the source of the data. This is not the right format or right way to handle this kind of situation. So what you can do, put the raw data in Excel table, insert Excel table, my table has header. Okay, now let's put pivot table again. Sorry, as you can see, now let's put pivot table, now particulars amount. Now as you can see, if I insert one more line, Vijay2, and do a refresh, it will automatically get captured in the data. So in this we have understood that if the always put the raw data in Excel table, it will help you to solve many problems. Now let's move ahead. Now if you are having a date column in your pivot table and you have not rectified your date format, it will not group itself in the year column. Like this, you can see everything is not clubbed properly, so it will not be, you will not be able to function properly. If it's clubbed, you can do many things. This way I have this, all these dates are in proper format. So if you put now pivot table existing, okay, as you can see date, you can see dates are clubbed in year format. Because dates are in the proper format, that's why it got clubbed in the yearly basis. Now if you right click it here, you will get an option to group, ungroup. In group, you can select the way you want the date, month wise, quarter wise, year wise, as per your requirement. You can see this was month wise, and if I change it, I want to ungroup it, it will show me the raw data. If you want day wise, it can show you quarter wise. As per your requirements, you can easily convert the dates in group, month, minutes or seconds. Now let's come to get pivot data. This is the table 3. Now in a pivot table, things are generally keeps on updating. If something is added, you cannot just do a equal to and get the value in pivot table. Let me show you what I'm telling. So you cannot just like this directly put the value of equal to this. If after some time, if this value changes, or you can see something happened, your further value will not change. So how can we handle the data if it's from the pivot table? So there is one formula called get pivot data. For Windows users, if it's not enabled, you can go, uh, path is written here, file, then option formula, in middle somewhere here you will enable, you can enable use get pivot data. For Mac users, it's under the head pivot data analysis, options, third option. I have enabled it. As you can see, uh, it requires 4 fields. First is data field, which call which amount you need, then pivot table, starting row of the pivot. Third is field name and item name. Fourth is item name. So in this we are getting Shweta. This is what we got for Shweta, but we need for Pooja. So we are changing Shweta to Pooja, and then as you can see, I'm just changing this to Pooja. Pooja 600, Raj 250, Shweta 800, and Yash 125. Now if I change this to particular and put it again in ascending order, you can see then also I'm getting the correct value. Here this is changing, then also we are getting the correct value. This was for get pivot data. Now one more method for pivot is, if you want to do number of time item is repeated, you have to just drag and drop the column and then go under the header field setting. Here, as per your requirement, you can see some, whether you want some, count, average, max, minimum, product, count number. As per your requirement, you can select the column, or you can see difference of column total, row total, grand total, rank wise, smallest to highest, highest to smallest. As per your requirement, you can do it. And this was all about pivot tables. If you have any problems, please write in the comment section. We will be happy to solve you. And this is the website falconx.in. Here you can download the Excel sheet, and this link would be provided to you in the description section. From here you can download this Excel sheet from where I am solving all the Excel problems. This was a pivot table. Now let's move ahead with the conditional formatting. Um, as a profession, we deal every day with lots of numbers. The first thumb rule is that always convert the numbers in one single format. Whether it should have a decimal or not, that depends on you, but I prefer to convert all the numbers in one format and then comma separated. As you can see, I have now we have to find in Andhra Pradesh in 4 years which was the highest and which was the lowest. So under the home tab, conditional formatting is there. I know that sub columns in the Excel is not visible while sharing the screen, so I'm just explaining you. There would be an option called color scale. You can select as per your requirement color scales which you want. uh, Green stands for highest, red stands for lowest, and middle colors will bifurcate as per the ratios. Once you will try yourself, you will understand. This was the conditional formatting at the row level. Now you have to copy paste on all the rows. You can just use the paintbrush and then down key for enabling everywhere. This was conditional formatting at the row level. Now if you want conditional formatting at the row level, let me clear it first. If you want conditional formatting at the row level, select the column, sorry, color scale as per your requirement, and this is dynamically. If you change something, it will automatically grow. And red stands for lowest, green stands for highest. This colors you have to decide, and in middle color shades depends on the variations. Now, if you want to formulate this across all the years, and this how you can do it. This was for the conditional formatting. Now, if you want to put a sparkline, sparkline is nothing but graphical presentation of the data in a given line. If you want a bar line like this, you can do it, or if you want a chart like this, you can do it. Sparkline options are answered under the insert tab. Sparkline here, line, this is data, and this is where the place you want. Similarly, you can find the for columns. This was for line, and column you can find it. Let's move ahead. And this is also dynamic, as you can see. This will change as per if you change a single button or number. This was for the conditional formatting. Now let's come to COUNTIF and COUNT-A. COUNT-A will give you the answer number of cells which are not blank. This can be helpful while doing a sanity check of the raw data which you have received from the client. COUNT-A, here we are putting a complete range of data. As you can see, number of columns which are not blank in a data is 10 because none of the data is blank. If I delete this two data, it will give me 3. Now you cannot see the benefit of this formula, but when the data size is in lakhs or 50,000 or more, you will be able to understand that what's the importance of this formula. Now let's find number of cells which are blank. So we will use count blank formula for that. Count blank range. Here we are getting 3 answers because 3 cells are blank. Now find, we have to count based on the condition. So we will use COUNTIF. COUNTIF. First is range. Range is complete. We are selecting. Criteria is Mumbai. As you can see, Mumbai is repeated 4 times and it's not a case sensitive. Here Mumbai is in caps, then also it's capturing. Here everything is in small, then also it's capturing. This was for the COUNTIF, COUNT-A. If you have any doubts, please write on the description section. Now we are moving to two main formulas, if conditions and sum if conditions. I think this we use on a regular basis. So I request people to follow along with me. 2 or 3 main topics I'm trying to cover. I know people know if formula, but how can we expertise in it? If you have any other problems relating to if lookups or VLOOKUP, my voice is clear now. Okay, thank you. If you want to download this Excel sheet, you can download from falconx.in. Excel sheets is available on the sheet. Now let's start with if and if statements. So the condition here is that bonus will only be given if the salary is below 100 or equal to 100. So if first condition is this, As you can see, I am putting C8 smaller than or equal to 100 because your condition is that salary should be equal to or less than 100. This is the logic, and if the logic is true, yes, as you can see, whenever I'm putting a text in a formula, it's always in the inverted comma. If it's not in the if it's number, it's not in the inverted comma. False value, and yes. Now copy paste the formula down. As you can see, this is 100. That's why it's yes, yes, yes. Now this was the basic condition of if. Now let's move ahead and hide this column. Now second condition which we want to solve is that bonus will only be given if the salary is below 100 or equal to 100 and person is in Mumbai. If here we will use and condition. So first logic is C8 should be less than or equal to 100. Second is that B8 should be equal to Mumbai. As you can see, I am putting Mumbai in inverted comma, not 100. 100 is not in inverted comma because it's a number. Logic completed, so bracket close and statement. Now I am putting a comma. Now two value should be yes. Two value should be yes. And as you can see, here it's a no, even it's the salary is below 100, but the place is London. That's why it's no. Here both the conditions are fulfilled. That's why it's coming yes here. Now let's change the condition with or. A bonus will only be given if the salary is below 100 or equal to 100 or in Mumbai. So we will use or condition. In or condition, either of one condition is true, we will get yes. Your first value is this, it should be equal to 100 or below 100. Now, and second value should be equal to Mumbai. Yes. As you can see here, one condition is fulfilled, that salary is equal to 100. That's why it's coming yes. Here Mumbai is fulfilled. Here 75 below 100 is fulfilled. Here both the conditions are fulfilled. That's why it's both the yes. So this is the magic of using and or statement with if statements. Now let's hide it so that you can understand properly. Hide it. Now the condition is with if statements, bonus will only be given. This is the range of bonus based on the salary we have to give. If it's above 300, 45 rupees. If it's between 200 to 300, 30 rupees. If it's between 100 to 200, 20. And if it's between 0 to 100, it's 10. So for 2016, this formula we are using it. For 2013 and below version, I will show you how to do it. There is one more method of doing it in VLOOKUP by using a proxy match, but that can be a little tough, or let's do it with if statements. If as here you can put multiple logics together. First logic is that this value should be greater than or equal to 300. This is the first value. If it's 2, answer we will get 45. If it's not 2, then second condition, this should be greater than or equal to 200. Now people will ask me that uh, C9 if greater than 300, what will happen? So in if statements, if this value is 400, in first statement only it will be true. So the formula will not read after that. So the value and second logic formula will only read those values which are between 300 to 200. 200, if it's between 300 to 200, what answer it should give? 30. If it's between 200 to 100, what answer it should give? 20. If it's between, if it's lower than 100, what answer it should give? It should give 10. And here we go, enter. And here we got the formula. This was for 2016 and above version. And now for 2013 and older versions, how can we put multiple if statements together? If we are putting one if statement, if the value is true, and in false statement we will put another if statement. This is first condition. If it's true, 345. If it's false, we are again starting a if statement where we will compare it with 200. 200. If it's true, we should get 30. If it's false, we will again start the if statement. Now here, if it's greater than or equal to 100, we will get 20. If it's false, we are getting 10. First if statement close, second if statement close, third if statement close. And now we are copy pasting the formula. As you can see, we are getting both the same answers. This was for 2013 and below version, and for 2016 and above version, formulas as feasible for you, as you are comfortable, you can use those formulas. This was for if statements, multiple if statements with and or. If you want to follow along with me, or if you want to download this Excel sheet, you can download from our Excel sheet from the website falconx.in. Here you can download it. Now let's go up with SUMIF and SUMIF statements. This is the last topic for the day. I hope I am making your Sunday morning good by explaining you how to quickly solve your problems in Excel. This will save you a lot of time while you are dealing with Excel, especially date formats. We might be having a lot of queries. Let's do SUMIF and SUMIFs. SUMIF statements are useful when you have to do a sum based on a condition. For example, this is the 3 month salary for the particular person, for employees of the company at different location. You have to find specifically what is the salary of June. First method is that you can do it manually like this and do a subtotal. This is first method, 13,775. You are getting answer, but this can be too boring or time consuming, and chances of errors are too much. So how can we solve it? Simple formula, sum if. First we have to take the range. What is the table range? Then the criteria, as you can see, I am putting it in the inverted commas because then it is in text, and then the sum range. Here we got answer 1375. And one more thing to note is that my data is in Excel table. Let me show you again. As you can see, let me put the formula again so it will be easy for everyone to understand. This is the range. Now criteria was June in inverted commas, and this is the sum range. As you can see, this is the formula of sum f. Now we have to find the salary of all the 3 months. How can we find it? Let's put first our data in Excel table. Insert Excel table. This will help us to freeze the data values. Sum f range criteria, this sum range, and then enter. And now if you are copy pasting the data, you will get the right all the answers. April May salary is same because your values are same, that's why. Now how can you do put two conditions together? Conditions are that total of June salary for UK. Based on two conditions, how can you take the value? Again, I'm converting the data into normal table range for explaining you. Otherwise, it's always preferable to put the raw data in Excel table. If s sum range, first sum range, criteria one range, first criteria range is this, criteria is June, comma, second criteria range is this, second criteria is UK. As you can see, this is not case sensitive. We are getting 250 because the value is only 1. As you can see, June, UK, only one value is there, that's why. If I change it like this to London also, now the value will change to 325. Now we have 6 values to cover, so again let me put it into Excel table. Now let's do it. Sum f, sum range, that was sum range. First criteria is month, so let's select the month column. Criteria is here, selecting. Second column, second is this, and here we have Mumbai. Now we are copy pasting the formula. As you can see, we got all the answers. This was for today's day. If you have any queries, any problems, you can write us on my email ID falconx datafalcon@gmail.com. This is my website. If you have any problems, you can write us on our email ID or on the LinkedIn page or in the description section. Uh, for finding me more, you can find me on all social media with the name CA Sandeep Modi. CA Sandeep Modi on all social media. This is my website name. For downloading this Excel sheet, you can visit my website, or the link would be provided in the description section. Or this is my email ID. If you have any doubts, please let me know. We will be happy to solve you. Uh, if you have any doubts, please do let me know. Thank you.